Well, welcome to Unpacking Culture.
Welcome.
How goes it?
It goes sleepy. That was a really long battle, but it goes well.
It was a long battle, much longer. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm always gone at 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 30 seconds. Probably before really the 59th minute, because I'm like, I can tell. I think they probably worked something out with Instagram or Facebook because on some of the other ones, they're like, oh, they're gonna cut us off, but we coming right back. And I'm like,
I'm gonna be honest. I was waiting on that too. I was like, I just know, like at the hour, they're gonna be like, we gonna come right back. When it didn't happen, I said, oh, they done worked out a deal.
had that happened, I would not have been back. I'm gonna be honest with you, it just was not gonna happen. It was a good. For me, it was good after this rough week that we had. I don't know, everyone wasn't really affected the same way, and that's fine. People aren't always going to be affected the same way. For me specifically, it was a rough week. I went to a dark place this week, and I needed to just chill, and I was inebriated in all the right ways. Let's just put it like that. So,
amen again.
To unpack this conversation today, we have some special guests with us, and we will bring them through. Kia speaks. What's up?
Hey, how are y'all?
We're good. How are you?
Yeah, good.
So you're still awake?
Barely. Barely.
Bianca is with us as well. You're still awake. Hey, you're still awake. Look at God.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
And Kev is with us as well.
Hey,
Kev,
what's going on?
You're still awake.
Yet holding on.
I mean, in so many ways, I'm like, okay, these people know that people don't. I mean, and I'm listening. There's not much that I do that's longer than an hour and a half, and it's not because I don't have the attention span. It's just because But to combat that, there's what do I really have to do?
Right. Kevin actually tweeted that and said, "What do y'all have to do? Go to bed?"
Like, what do I really don't have to do anything. So here we are, and here you are. Kia, like, what were you expecting? Let's start there. What were you expecting?
I was expecting to feel a tangible, if candles and incense burning was tangible, I was expecting to feel that. And that's exactly what I walked away with. It just felt good. It felt like a hug. It felt like love and sisterhood. It felt like a journey of learning yourself and discovering yourself. It was womanhood.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna ask another woman, Bianca. What's up?
Listen, all I have to say is Jill Scott, okay? If you don't feel your grandma's titties and smell fresh baked cookies when you look at her.
So I was waiting for this because I needed to ask a woman, what the hell? Like, she said that I smelled different at least 5 times. So I was like, and I know, like, Kev downstairs, we live in the same building. So Kev was probably downstairs. There's a few times that we have the exact same reaction, and it's just one word. What?
Literally, huh? What?
And I probably said, what? Like, the third time she said, I'm like, what? So, help me.
Kia, I'm going to talk that to you because I'm actually lost in confusion.
So you're turning it to me to answer, I smelled different?
I just need to know, like, what smelled different? What?
It's just
that's.
So I feel like your energy gives off a scent.
Pheromone.
And it's just, yes, that. And it's just, it changes you. Okay. You come out changed. You walk away different.
It's what I say about certain concerts. There are certain artists that I would not go see unless I have someone to go see after said concert, or I'm going to said concert with that somebody. Raheem DeVaughn is a good example.
Gotcha.
Jill Scott is a good example.
Because
D'Angelo.
If Luther were here, I wouldn't go see Big Luther without having plans afterward.
Wait. Go further. Keep going. I want your whole list.
Oh my. Usher, Circa. This is for you. You, my number one. Maybe a Tank. Circa. Well, that speaks for itself.
So you like a lot of crooning. I see you like all that crooning and scatting and carrying on. I like that.
It's not just the crooning. It's it's a vibe. It's a groove. It's a mood. It's you smell different. You walk out and your pheromones are just exuding out of your pores, and they got to go somewhere. And if you don't know what that means.
You're giving someone a cheat sheet.
I understand pheromones, but
I can't give out all the answers. It's just if a female invites you or someone invites you to a Raheem DeVaughn concert, just be prepared. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, right now I'm texting back and forth with people. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What'd you say, Bianca?
Oh, I was just saying, if you're going to a Raheem DeVaughn concert, just stock up on Plan B. Just make sure everything's covered.
Oh,
okay.
That's it.
Be ye ever prepared.
Okay.
Be ye ever prepared.
So, question about that: is Plan B something that you can have in stock, like a personal stock of it?
I know people personally.
You should not ever.
You should not. I know people who have, though.
So does it expire? Like, is it like a year, 90 days? Does it have to be refrigerated? Like, what is it?
Most medication is about a year, but you can take it a little. Let me not give medical advice. Follow the instructions on whatever it says.
Okay.
Follow the instructions, whatever it is, and whatever it says.
Gotcha.
I mean, never mind. Forget I added. So some people, and I'm still texting now. I'm gonna put my phone down. People are texting me like, I was expecting a battle. I wanted this. I wanted that. I wanted that. And I'm like, okay. So I've been to a couple of these now. They talk about before, like it's gonna be all love, more positivity. So for the people like coming expecting the battle, like this isn't Bravo. Okay, it's not by Bravo. They not gonna it's not gonna be petty shade. This isn't Patty Aretha. Like, we're not having, and if it was Patty and Aretha, I really think Patty might show up because she's kind-hearted. Aretha wouldn't have been there.
At all.
No.
And
this is beneath Aretha.
She was coming, she would send a fax 30 minutes later. And because she was really keen with this fax machine. She liked to communicate that way. But I don't know why people were expecting that. Like, I wasn't really expecting that they were going to be, ooh, I got you. So if you were to see a battle with someone that was going to be aggressive like that, who would you want to see? We'll talk about next who we think would actually be like that. But who would you want to see kind of get down to the nitty gritty?
Diddy and Dre.
Diddy and Dre.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. A battle.
Yeah, that's tough. Somebody said Ludacris and Nelly, and I would actually show up with my Air Force Ones for that.
Listen, I just got a text that said they're next week.
Are they?
They are?
I just got a random text. I haven't been able to verify it, but they said Nelly and Luda next week, and that will be interesting.
Yeah.
Now this is
so
the drinks that I'm choosing for that battle are on a different level. I'll probably will not be choosing. I'm not just gonna go with the one glass of brown. I probably need to take it to the next level. Like I need to go ahead and probably at least have one Incredible Hulk, just one.
You're not making it through the night. That's what you're not doing.
You have to have.
You have nothing to do the next day.
Nothing.
Like Ludacris and Nelly, this is the pre-Nuck era. Okay, so this is right before things got a little crazy and we were nucking and bucking.
And ready to
I'll
fight
your ass. Like the crime mob, that very aggressive.
But
the crunk era.
But it was also in the middle of Lil Jon.
Was it? That was. It was.
Yeah,
because that was like 2000-ish, and then it came out like.
Yeah. Dang, that seems like
Yeah. Because Ludacris' first album came out. I'm aging myself. My freshman year of college, so that was 2000, 2001, and we had the whole. And Nelly was right behind, and we were all Lil Jon Get Low. It was very fun times.
Dang,
Okay.
that seems like yesterday. That was 20-something years ago. 20.
Yeah. That happens.
Don't remind me.
Their songs weren't that long, so they're not gonna go 4 hours.
Right.
So we'll have to we will have to do this again, because if that happens, there is a different. There's like a different. I think they were both gifts, Ludacris and Nelly, in different ways. I would like to explore that. I would like to see that.
But if it were to happen, it would. I would need some Saint Lunatics included. Not everybody knows about the Saint Lunatics, but I would.
Well, I think most people know a little bit about Murphy Lee, and we could.
He was the one with the braids, with the dreads, right? The long hair. Okay.
Yeah.
So you know what? Shake a Tail Feather is one song with Nelly and Murphy Lee on it that I appreciate so much more now than I did when it came out. Like I play that song at least 3 times a week. It's a gift.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
So when do you play it, and for what reason?
So it just started coming on my Spotify daily drive, and it just comes on every day. And I was like, you know what? I really appreciate the song.
So I think all of us may have a song like that has just popped up out of nowhere. And so since you said that, I'm gonna veer off, because there are a few songs that play every day, and now I just listen to them every day, and there's no reason. I know at the end of the year they're gonna be in my top 10, which they shouldn't be. Total sidebar. Total sidebar. One of the songs that was in my top 10 last year was "To Me, I Can't Get Enough," and the reason it was there is because I traveled out of my bubble of large metropolitan areas and went to Cleveland. And
shout out to Cleveland.
Shout out to Cleveland. For those of you that are in Cleveland, not a place that I ever plan to visit again, ever in life. But
why not? Can you tell me more about that?
There's a story there.
That is a different show.
Okay.
Here's the thing: we're as a culture, there's line dances we make to everything. I would never expect there to be a line dance to "Can't Get Enough," but there is, and so. I've told this story so many times, I have to reference it, and then I play it, and then it became like a song that's there, like on repeat. If you just Google like "Can't Get Enough" line dance, and this is like the people of Cleveland were trying to explain it to me, which I always wonder like what they do in these cities, and it's things like this. The song is actually a mating call. It's for women. They have a line dance. They get really in your face.
Excuse me?
I'm intrigued. I am so intrigued.
I beg your black ass pardon.
They do this line dance in 6-inch stilettos. They do it everywhere. So I was at like a banquet, or I was at a conference. It happened like the night that they had this big banquet. The song came on. Women just ran to the floor. And I was like, the first time I was with my cousin, I was just like, what is happening? And like everybody just assembled. We left and we went to a bar. It came on in the bar, like right after like some Migos. The bar stopped.
Tamia?
All eyes went to the women, and every day that I was in Cleveland, it happened at least twice. So
is this like a mating call, like back that ass up? Like, what are the levels to this?
it is. So I don't even know. So if it's like back that ass brings them to the floor. But this is, I don't know that we have, I mean, and I'm talking Southern culture, it's something that brings
Wow, it came up.
Before I let go, that brings everybody out, like to start line dancing, but like
not like this. And I want you guys to do the research, because you're gonna end up going down this rabbit hole. Once you see the line dance, you're gonna see these ladies doing it in the middle of a gym, and then you're gonna see these people doing it in a garage.
So it's like Cupid Shuffle.
You know, there's gonna be like 10 videos, and you've watched. There we go. That.
So it looked kind of like the Cupid Shuffle almost a little bit, but yeah,
they're not on any beat.
Oh, so I don't know what song it was, but I went to a sorority event in Alabama, and they were doing this dance, and I was like, I have never seen this.
So yeah, that was just my commentary to songs that just randomly pop up. The one that is like that will just keep popping up every day on my Spotify lately has been Angie Stone, "Wish I Didn't Miss You."
Oh God,
I don't know.
But that's actually kind of fire though.
Yeah,
I play it every day because it's there. So I'm like, sure, I'll play it.
We've got to get back to Jill and Erykah.
Okay.
As long as it was like, Jesus Christ.
Listen, we got to spend some time on this. So before we ask anything else, I need everyone to give who they think the winner was tonight, if you think there was one. So, Kevrick, we'll start with you since we started with the ladies the last time. Who do you think was the winner?
There wasn't a winner. It wasn't even. It's not even close, because you have two different people, and it's just like that's like comparing like apples and oranges. There's no way to like. They're both fruits, but it's just like there's no way to like say one over the other, because it's like sometimes I need an apple, sometimes I prefer oranges. So it's just like you can't say either one of them won, because I personally love them both. So there is no winner in my eyes.
Okay. Bianca, your thought?
Jill Scott won. She's a winner.
You said that like a clear cut, period.
When you can be Grammy nominated for 3 years in a row off one album alone, I'd like to believe that you're a winner in life.
I would like to agree.
Yeah.
When you have entered the top 10 more than your opponent, Billboard Hot 100 or 200, you're considered a winner. But I also love her, so I'm biased. But Erykah's the bomb. So.
Okay. Awesome. You bring up some good valid points. We will hit those. So Kia, your thoughts?
I think we won. We got the hug that we deserved after a long, hard week. It felt good, and it felt healing. I will say, while Bianca is like straight Jill, I feel that way about Erykah. Like Erykah's the soundtrack of my life. So every time a song came on, it was like, that's the song I'm listening to when I need direction. This is the song I'm listening to when I travel. So it was good to see some of those deep cuts too, that a lot of people don't know if you know Erykah from the radio. That felt good.
Got it.
I liked it. So I'm actually probably gonna say I'm going to lean Jill. But I do agree with you, Kia. I feel like we got the hug from both our aunties that like to get lit in different ways. And I appreciated that. I needed those hugs. I needed that love. I needed that. The auntie that likes to get lit off that green was checking out a little bit. Like in and out. And I'm like,
She did have a couple of occasions where I was like,
Right.
"Oh,
Where'd she go?
Get off our
before the show."
Get off our team.
If there was a song that you didn't want to hear, that you heard tonight, what would that have been?
You know, that's hard because I don't think I've ever heard a bad Erykah or Jill song. Like, I've never encountered a song that I was like, I don't like this. I don't ever want to hear this again.
Yeah.
I agree. Even the ones I didn't know tonight, I still was like, well, what was that? I need that. I need that in my repertoire. That belongs on a playlist of sorts. I'm going to agree.
Honestly, I think that is what made us love it, even if we didn't know it. If somebody was passing the aux and we're listening to it in the car, we might just skip it, but it's watching what's happening, watching the exchange, hearing them affirm each other and all that stuff. It just made you want to listen, want to learn more.
I think that's a really interesting perspective because I think I was like, people were texting me like, "Oh, this is boring. I'm bored." I'm like, "Okay, then leave." Like, you don't have to text me.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
No one forced you here. I feel like I'm with my cousin and we're about to make this last liquor store run. And I really felt that's what I felt like. And I usually am ready to check out, but I'm not leaving. I'm just here. We're here. It's like when you are at a family function, you're there for the weekend. It's Friday. It's been Friday for 40 hours and you're like, damn, it's still Friday. So I'm just gonna have to kick it. And that's how I felt. I felt like I am connecting with this. I'm here for this. I loved the experience. I did.
I agree. So what was a song that you did not get to hear from either of these queens that you wish you had heard?
That's a good one.
And really, when who comes up with their first, can go ahead and go. Wow.
It was so many because like with Jill, like I know I wanted to hear Prepared. Like I wanted to hear Prepared. I wanted to hear the intro. I wanted to hear it come in with the instrumentation. I wanted to hear all of that, and she did not play it. And I was just like, okay. But then I was kind of glad because I was like, my heart couldn't take it. I would have literally just laid out on the floor if like she would have played that. And she was also harmonizing with her songs, and I was like,
listen.
I was like, sing the whole song. Just cut the music off. Cut all of it off. Shit.
Right.
That part.
But like,
so
yeah, that
I
was
wanted to hear
one.
When I Wake Up by Jill. That song has gotten me through When I Wake Up. It's off the Light of the Sun album. Mm-hmm. That song has gotten me through so much stuff, just trying to get through whatever financial situation or friendship situation and just saying, okay, when I wake up, I can approach this differently. And I would have fallen out on the floor as well into a ball with my wig on my bed and me on the floor if she had played that song.
Okay. I have one for Jill. There has been a song that she performed it on, I want to say it was Black Girls Rock a couple of years ago. It may have been an award show. I wanted to hear You Don't Know off the Woman album. That song right there. She brought that song from her soul, her crawl, the depths, the pits of everything, and you just don't know. I would have loved to. She played Crown Royal on ice, and I was waiting on that. I wasn't sure if that was.
Oh yeah.
So I was glad. I was grateful that came through, and then I realized, wow, this is grown folk music for real. So I was grateful she played that, but I would have liked to have heard You Don't Know, and I definitely would not have minded had she sing along with that one.
So I have two. I'm sorry, but Humble Mumble, which is an Outkast track that Erykah is on, and Love of My Life Worldwide with Erykah, Queen Latifah, Angie Stone, and Bahama Mama.
Yes.
I was literally gonna say,
Mhm.
that
You
is
know
what
music
I was
for real.
going to say, because that would have just, I probably would have ripped my TV off.
I miss those tracks. I miss
Have they
tracks
performed
with
that recently, or like
I've never seen it.
they've never done it live? Wow.
That
I
would
don't know
be
the answer.
I would watch
Yeah.
that.
Kia, you're a real one for that record.
Yeah.
You're a real one.
Right. You know music for real for that one.
That Worldwide Underground is one of my favorite albums. It's definitely my favorite Erykah album, and it's like in my top 7 definitely. And like from beginning to end, and that's the second best track. And yeah, it goes. It randomly came on a few weeks ago, and it made me like miss. Well, actually, it was probably longer than a few weeks ago because it made me miss women in rap, and I feel like we got a lot of women in rap right now. So it was before the women came back.
Yeah, that's the same album Danger is on, right?
Yes.
Danger hit, and I said, "Oh,
That's my favorite Erykah song.
That intro, you'd be like,
It's that
wait,
intro.
what?
The intro hit. I say, yo,
I have listened to that song on repeat for like 4 hours straight, just like over and over again. Just loop it. It goes.
it just goes." And I found myself continuously saying that between both of the women, like, "Oh, that's a hit. Dang, that's a pop. That's a vibe." Like I remember, and I don't know about y'all, but when certain things played, I was like, "Oh, I remember when I first heard this. I remember the guy that broke my heart. I remember the person I was mad at. I remember thinking, oh, I'm fixing to lay hands on you." And so, like,
So you was feeling like Jill was. Jill was like, sometimes you ready to fight. You be ready to fight. Like,
Yeah.
and sometimes you feel like that Crown Royal on ice.
oh my God.
I mean, I'm gonna ask a question that I hope y'all don't just leave and just disconnect and say no.
Oh God.
Oh, Lord.
There's my finger on the button now.
What these battles are doing for me is they really make me I have a number of things that I try to review, but where did we miss it? Because my question is, if you could identify a protege of either of these, actually of both of these, Erykah and Jill, that besides, I hear all of the disdain and frustration. That
I'm thinking, like I'm trying to hit you with something, but
in 20 years, in 10 years, you would want to see something like this from them. Is there an artist in these veins?
So I'm going to hop out here and say that if we're saying protege, we're expecting them to model some form of them in the industry, right? So the way that they stood out, made their own lane, may not have charted, but were fired. And if I'm looking at
that part right there is key, because it's not always just about the numbers, and it's not that's not it. But you're right.
So if I'm looking at women in the industry now that are doing it lyrically and as far as standing out in the industry, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say her. But I feel like her will probably exceed numbers wise what Jill and Erykah have done.
Okay.
Interesting. Denise Cambridge agrees with you. She also said her. So that's an interesting point. I love her. Love her.
Same.
Yeah. And I feel like she has kind of a pop adjacent connection that maybe Erykah and Jill didn't have during that time. During the time when they first hit and came out.
I think I think for me, I don't know how many of you are familiar with this artist, but I actually saw her commenting towards the end of the stream. She's more on a Jill Scott, like just a vibe type of groove music, but Snow Allegra. If you
I was thinking about her.
if you don't know Snow Allegra, my God, hop on your Spotify, your Apple Music, your whatever. She sings a song called "I Want You Around," and that kind of gives me the same Jill Scott kind of just sit, have a nice glass of wine or whatever you're choosing, and just chill. Just she's a mood. And I think that her name is just now starting to kind of circulate, but she has some really good music. So I think that she would be a good protege on maybe the Jill Scott side.
Okay. I actually see that as well.
Bianca got something
actually.
to say? Go ahead, Kia.
I was gonna say I'm kind of surprised, or maybe I'm not surprised, because the first two people I thought of are two people who I also did not say. So do with that you can. And now I'm having a brain freeze and I can't think of their names. Y'all know who I'm talking about, though. They always get in trouble on social media.
Ari.
Summer Walker and SZA.
And
Ari. And Ari.
Yeah.
Ari,
always.
Yeah. I'm actually glad that you didn't say them. Not just. I think Ari's artistry is very unique. I think her voice is very powerful. I think she's still finding what the lane is. And that may be because she felt forced into the lane that she initially presented in, and that's okay. There's room for that. Summer Walker, I just can't do it. But I understand those that can, and I do understand. I did like the album. But I can't do it.
It would definitely be Ari for me now that you said it. Like that's my girl. Like me and Alex, we always laugh at like her lives and her stuff. But I'm like, I love the fact that she's herself and she's so creative, and her voice it's just something about it. Like I don't hear, like when I hear her voice, I hear like, I mean, she's learning to play the guitar, but I hear like instruments, like really like her vocalizing with the instruments, like the guitar, the piano. I'm like, I really love that about her, but she's just so, people make her feel so weird for being who she is. Cause I think one day she was on, she has like a karaoke machine or something in her apartment, I think. And she was singing that Aretha Franklin song. And like, people were like laughing and making fun of her and made her feel bad about it. So she doesn't do things like that anymore. But it's just like, that's what we want to see. We want to see you sing the greats and like mimic them and sing better than, them and like do your own thing. But like, she was like in her element when she was doing that, and people made her feel terrible for it. And I'm just like, no, don't go away.
I think what
Stay
it is
here.
about Ari that I like, and I could identify, I could see how she could fall into this lane because she, in many ways, like Erykah, she's not in a box, and she kind of does her own thing, which people will criticize you for. And not everyone can't look past that. That's okay. So I definitely could see that for her. I think I don't think for Summer it's just I just don't know what I think, so I don't.
Somebody in the comments said no. Jerome says no Kalani. Kalani for me, like I don't know yet.
So I thought of Kalani too, and I think of Kalani. I appreciate the way Kalani talks about womanhood, and I think that aligns with a lot of what Jill and Erykah does. When I listen to some of Kalani's songs, it reflects my life experiences and like growing into who I want to be as a woman. So I can definitely see that connection.
Like I love her music, but I wouldn't put her in that realm of like like Jill and like Erykah, because I'm just like, I don't know.
Can I unpack some culture here real quick?
You can. Please.
Please, yes.
Okay. So I'm hearing all the names that we're throwing around. So we have Snow Allegra, we have Kalani, we have oh, bless her heart, Summer Walker, Walker, bless her heart. And so we're looking at all of these women, and we used the word protege a little bit earlier. When we're talking about Jill Scott and Erykah Badu, part of the reason why they stand apart so much musically and in the industry is because they are Black women that are not mainstream appearing, right? So they're brown, natural hair, singing about hips and curves and Crown Royal on Ice and getting hit from the back and all of these wonderful things that if maybe a Kehlani sang it or maybe a Her sang it, it would be a number one. But because they are culturally Black women that look like Black women and sound like Black women, they haven't made it, or they've made it popular in our culture, right? So everybody around the world tonight saying grits on the way. Everybody. Everybody. We know that they belong to us. But a Her can belong to everybody because she's more appealing. A Kalani can belong to everybody else because she's more appealing. So I'm interested to see if that dynamic will ever change, or can it even change?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder, should it change? I know on the other side of it, and that's me looking from the outside in. From the inside out, the artists obviously would want that to change. They would want people to just look at them equally and kind of accept them into this place. I think that that's an excellent point, and it's a place that we've been in for a long time, and there are artists. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead and finish. I was just gonna follow up on Bianca's point.
Yeah, I just feel like it's a place we've been in a long time, and even I've seen it. I've seen it with younger artists that have the talent and greater talent than artists that we just named, and I'll be in a space with them and wonder. Well, not wonder, but know why they're not getting the success that they should have. So I think the question of will it ever change? That's a question that we'll just have to wait to see. Because I don't know if that changing has much to do with us, our opinion, or what we offer or contribute to that realm.
I think that's an interesting point, and I think that. Yeah, I just think that's an interesting point. Kia, I want to hear what your follow-up was.
This conversation made me think of a tweet from Miles E. Johnson, who is at Rapture Miles. And he said, Erykah Badu, Lauryn Hill, D'Angelo, and Jill Scott cut through and made Black culture and Afrocentricity the thing to be in the same era where blonde, blue-eyed, bubblegum pop explosion happened. And they sold millions, centering their own culture. And that just made me really think about just how being you, in the midst of everything else that's going on, you can still be successful.
Agreed. I think I see a comment here that kind of contributes to this conversation in a different way, because there were comments that were caught. If you were participating in the conversation on Twitter, I'm sure people were hashtagging on Facebook, but I wasn't there. I don't know how to, I'm not following that. I don't care. I always wonder how people end up commenting on my Facebook. I'm like, are you searching hashtags on Facebook? Anyway, the moment that Erykah said, Jill said, yes, Black woman, and Erykah said, yes, light-skinned Black woman, I saw a line of tweets like, ooh, 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 because of course, like people are waiting for that moment. I don't really think Erykah meant anything by that, but
I don't either.
That's just from where I'm sitting.
I feel like that's what, because they're friends. So I feel like, and she said that she was like, no one knows that we're on the phone talking to each other late at night and stuff. So they have like this separate relationship. outside of this. So it's like they're gonna say little things, you know what I'm saying? Little names and stuff like that. So it's just like, right. And I'm just like, these are two friends talking and having a good time. This is why it lasted so long. Because I honestly feel like they've done this before with just those two, with nobody else. So it's just like, for her to make that comment, I didn't, I saw the tweet and I was like, that's probably what she calls her.
Yeah.
And I just kind of kept it moving.
There were two more comments I want to talk about that as we talk culture that were made. And I saw Twitter, and it could be, obviously your network is who you follow. So what I'm seeing is from people, I'm seeing retweets. It could have been somebody I'm following, somebody that they were following that I saw it. But it was in the thank yous. And Erykah thanked Russell Simmons. And there were people that, I don't know if they cringed at that moment. They felt some type of way based on accusations. I sit and talk with people with accusations all the time. I don't have an opinion one way or the other. I understand why people would feel some type of way about it. I understand why people wouldn't even flinch with that. So there were people that felt some type of way when Erykah said Russell Simmons. On the flip side, there were people that felt some type of way when Jill said Kim Burrell twice.
I felt so.
What?
We can't ever have nice things.
Are we going there tonight, Alex?
I'm just saying I'm working through my question because more often than not, my words come back to me. So there is often you find, and Jill and Erykah are two people that I find that even with them doing that people may have flinched, that people may have said something like, oh, no, I don't see that. I don't see it for that. I don't see it for Russell. I don't see it for Jill. For Kim. But they're not going to abandon Erykah and they're not going to abandon Jill. But in that same vein, if someone else had said it, that they don't really have an affection towards, or they're not really interested in that much, if anybody else had said it, we would be seeing it all day tomorrow, starting at whatever your favorite social media blog is, and they'd be replaying it and reposting it, and you'll see that comment of the live all day, like repeating, and and all of a sudden Kim Burrell is trending. She doesn't know why. She shows up with a bad wig, and it's like, why y'all talking about me? I don't even know y'all.
Why her wig gotta be bad, Alex?
Right, because it's always bad here. Always bad.
I don't know. I just think that's the power of like shea butter and like incense and shit. Like, it's just like nobody's gonna come at them like that, because it's just like we said, like anytime you hear one of their songs, it takes you back to a place, a very special place, or it's gonna take you to a place. So it's just like you're not gonna do that with them because they're Black royalty. So it's like, we're not gonna do that with them.
Do we want to talk about the fact that both Jill and Erykah have said some problematic shit themselves?
Yeah, we do. Actually, that's what this show's all about.
So, and Jill had the whole defense of Bill Cosby, and she had the whole Black Friday tweet fiasco where Black Friday, where we go and buy our TVs, was about slaves on the auction block or something weird and strange and hooked up like that. And Erykah has regularly defended R. Kelly and said that little girls should not entice grown men. So,
and you know what? She will probably say it again. She said it so much. Yeah, I'm sure that she will say it again.
Committed to it. So we have our. We have our aunties who tell the stories of our lives and who we love, but they also say problematic shit.
That part. So can we? This is kind of a two-sided question. We were talking about them mentioning Kim Burrell and Russell Simmons and all of that. as a culture, as people, as humans, as whatever, can we separate the human from the accomplishments? So this has been a conversation, especially since the whole Mute R. Kelly situation happened. A lot of people were saying, well, I got, Chocolate Factory on disc, and I'm still planning to listen to that. Where there were other people like, no, if he's even featured in a song, I'm turning the song off. Can we separate the accomplishments that Russell Simmons, R. Kelly, Kim Burrell's Let God Be Great Truly, all of that mess? Can we separate their foolishness from, like a homophobic Paul Morton? Can we separate the foolishness from any of the accomplishment of their music, their awards, they're helping other people launch careers, they're producing good hit records, they're whatever? How do we separate the problematic from the accomplishment?
So let me answer first, and then I want to answer first, and then I'm gonna let it rip, because my politically correct answer would usually be, yes, we could separate it unless they are habitually problematic or habitually, not like unapologetic. But that would be my politically correct answer. But I think my answer is just yes, and my answer has been yes, because there are going to be people that you don't like, and you don't like what you've learned about them. Maybe you've had an interaction with them and you just don't like them, and you do like their artistry, and you can separate it. And I think when we talked about R. Kelly, and we did a 3-part on R. Kelly, and then the documentary, reality, whatever series, whatever you want to call it, and the flaws within that, we know that he's problematic. We know that he has an issue. I use Brandy as my example because I love her artistry. I love her music. It's not a big secret that I'm not really a fan of anything about her personality. It's just not. It just doesn't click for me. But I will play her music. I will sing her music. I know all of her albums. I will go to a concert. I'm not going to watch her. I'm not going to follow her on Facebook. I'm not going to read anything that she's coming out with. I don't care about her bio. I just don't, because I don't really like her. And it's not up for debate. I just don't. So I think that when that was my barometer, and that's how I made the, this has been since I've known Brandy's music. I've felt this way for a long time. So I've been able to do it for so long. I stuck with I've been separating her from her artistry for so long. When it comes to other people, how is that different? Now, I know people have different opinions on that, and I'm open to hearing them. But my thoughts on that is, yes, I think that there can be a separation. And there's going to be people that you just don't like. And that too is okay. Kia, what about you?
So I think part of the problem with us thinking that we have to accept or cancel is that we think people are good and bad. And people aren't good and bad. Like, people are people. We are human, and we are complex individuals, and we are full of good and bad both. What I will say is that because you do something that I don't like, even because you say something that is harmful to my existence in the world, does not mean I should cancel you. I think the difference between a Jill and an Erykah and an R. Kelly is Jill and Erykah, they have some internalized patriarchy, misogyny, sexist stuff that comes out in their conversation, but they're not holding women captive as their sex slaves, and then singing about it on a track. And we're being asked to separate that from the music. So I don't think there's a clear cut answer to this. I think it's much more complex. And when we get comfortable with that nuance, that complexity, that gray area that we try to cut and make black and white, then it's easier to make these decisions in a way that fits what is happening, what is being done, the harm that's being done, the level of harm.
Interesting. Anybody else? I showed some of the comments. Some folks saying yes. Some folks. Joshua says I'm good on Red Hat Kanye. Full stop.
Same. Like I'm on the fence like with the artist because it's like R. Kelly. I'm just like I don't know because he's such a good producer. But then you have people like Kanye who get out here and says the craziest of stuff. And I'm just like, no, that's not right. But I'm like, I like old Kanye, not his new stuff. But then also it's just like Kim Burrell's homophobic, but like she makes decent gospel music, I guess. But I'm like, I'm not really a Kim Burrell fan, so it was easy for me to like get rid of her. Plus, I've heard from close friends of mine that her attitude is pure trash, so she can go. It's like she said, it's a very gray area because like, what do you do? It's like that's your fave. If your fave does something crazy or does something bad, do you just like discount everything that they've done like musically based off like, you know, this one thing, and they made you feel a certain way? It was a special moment, like, you know, a wedding, a birthday, anything could happen. And it's like, we connect with music in moments. So it's like, am I going to completely like discount my entire moment of a child being born, me getting married because this person did something crazy? It's like, what do you do? And I struggle with that all the time. Like, even when I play certain artists in my apartment, I'll turn it down because low-key a small part of me feels kind of guilty until I get lit. Then, you know, then I just don't care.
I hear when I'm walking by. It's not down low enough.
You know, so it's like I struggle with that because like I sometimes feel bad, but I do like some music that R. Kelly has made and also music that he's produced. So it's just like, how do you find the balance between the two? Like I'm very much like on the fence with it. I'm just like, yes, I believe he needs to be in jail for like what he did, but at the same time, it's like,
and I think not to cut you off, but
how can we do that with our
like,
culture?
Kendrick, do you support R. Kelly? No.
His music,
like
yes, but like,
music.
yes,
but,
right.
Like,
you know what?
I think what he did was wrong, and I think he should be punished for it. But like, his music, it's like, I'm like, how do you tie the music? Do you separate the music and the person, or do you like associate them together with this issue? It's just like, I can go round and round about it in my brain, but it's just like, I don't know.
R. Kelly was
thinking about his.
Yes, I think R. Kelly is unique because he's singing about his mess.
Are you singing about children?
But
like, and I think
Alex.
But the Mute R. Kelly movement was about stopping R. Kelly from making money so that he could keep protecting himself from his crime. So it was bigger than just listening and enjoying the music. It was about finding a way to stop him from being a predator and being able to harm Black girls and women. And what I will say is I think it will become easier for people to hold on to those R. Kelly songs that have had a cultural impact on them once R. Kelly is held accountable for his actions. I think a large part of this conversation is R. Kelly wasn't being held accountable. And like, I can't listen to R. Kelly's singing, but I haven't given up his production. And I'm going to be honest, I was watching Players Club a couple of weeks ago and Diamond dances to his song, and I found myself singing it, and then I was like, oh shit, R. Kelly can't do that.
See, that's what I struggle with.
What's interesting about that too is I wonder sometimes while we have a conversation within our culture and we have it amongst each other and we're connected to these artists in a certain way. I live in Brooklyn. We live in the same building. And the way that Brooklyn is set up, there are so many people, I think, in New York with all the people that live here that they still have newspapers. I think some of these people still have dial-up. Like, they're not really connected to, they do. It's funny, but I'm literally serious. There's a house across the street. It's probably been there for 70 years.
Oh,
they are out there every day at 4 o'clock. They start with the music at 4 p.m. and they play what they want to play. And some days it will be R. Kelly for 2 hours. And I'm like, I wonder if, but I can hear, I live on the 4th floor. I can hear it. It's an old man sitting out there on that porch. You think I'm gonna bring my black ass over there? I'm not going to say that, man. Do you know who you listening to? Like, he knows exactly what he's listening to. He may even not be tapped into whatever's going on. And I think that in those situations, you know, like there's, because of the cancel culture and sometimes this outrage, there's like this outrage to be outraged. And I agree totally with you, Kia. Like, when there is some accountability for him, I think people will feel at least a release in some way that this man, this predator, has finally been held accountable for his trash ass behavior. But until then, I want no parts of it. And I get that stance on it. I think it's like, though, let's swap out R. Kelly and throw in, for the sake of the conversation that we're having, we throw Kim Burrell into this conversation. She's gonna get up probably tomorrow on her live stream and say something else. And it's like, it is a regular, she's never gonna apologize because she tells us every time that God told her to say it. And some of the responses that we give, it's the same way. And I'm not in any way saying that she is identical to some of these white supremacists that say that God is on their side as well. But who am I to make the delineation or make the separation between the two when both of this is some bullshit? Like, both sides are bullshit. I mean, in God's eyes, it may be the same. To me, it's just like, I don't fool with them, I don't fool with her. She's never going to apologize. But in that same light, we know that she's a vocal beast. We know that she's trained some of the greats. We know that she has abilities that a lot of people don't have, and they attribute their success and their tone and their technique and their musicianship to her. So I don't hate on that. You may cringe because you're like, damn, you know, like, people don't. And I think the bottom line is here, everyone's not going to feel the same, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that we can't have the conversation, address the problematic, seek to hold the problematic accountable. And then sometimes we're still going to have problems after that. And, you know, finding out how to navigate that I think is always going to be an interesting conversation. I don't even know if we ever get to like a solution or like, how do we fix this? I don't know. I don't know that there really is a fix.
I don't know that there's a fix, and I think that we have to take it on a case-by-case basis, really. You know, for me, especially when I listen to someone in the comments said the religious thing is a bit different. For me, when I listen to, or when I hear certain artists that I know have just terrible theology or are preaching bad things, I'm like, I can't even. And it could be the simplest song. Old school Kirk Franklin song came on the other day, and he was talking about, you know, more than I can bear. And I was like, that is not in the Bible. That's not in the Bible. I had to turn it off. And it used to be one of my favorite songs. But even something that simple, I was just like, ruined.
And you know what? I'm kind of the opposite. Like, I can hear songs with terrible theology, but I go back to a place where they made me feel good, and I'm like, I don't agree with any of the shit they're saying, but this makes me feel good in this moment.
Yeah, I get that. But see, then it goes to if they say some foolishness. Like right now, Paul Morton song came on the other day, and I was like, I can't even. And I sometimes come out of that space eventually. But in the moment, I'm just like, I can't with you right now because you said some shit, and I can't fool with you on that level right now.
See, I've never been in that space because I think I know that people are people, and I can't. People learn things at different times. I think it's one thing when people just are like deliberately and blatantly wrong. Or blatantly defiant. And I think I may feel some type of way, but I just don't. I haven't been ever, and this cancel culture thing was always something I struggled with because I have never just been somebody to cancel people. Like, I don't just cut people. It takes a lot for me to get to that space, even with individuals. At this point, I can count on one hand the people that I just am like, you know what, absolutely not, never again. It's that few people because I've never been a person to get to that space. And I may be chill on you, like, you know, that doesn't mean that I cannot fool with you and still not cancel you. And I think that for me, there's not that's not a fine line, because cancel is way, like, I have to have some maliciousness. And I'm not saying that you have that, or anyone that cancels people has that. But for me, I have to be in a really, really, like, because I think for me, it comes down to, I don't think about anything more than like 10 minutes. So like, that's why I don't really, and Tiffanie is I use her as a measuring point, because we've known each other the longest. I met Tiffanie in high school, and routinely, you know, I mean, my mouth is it just says things, you know, and Tiffanie would be mad at me for a week, and I would have no idea. Like I said, 10 minutes later,
which would piss me off even more.
No.
How did y'all make it?
It's like a week later, she's like, "Why are you talking to me? I'm not talking to you." I'm like, "You're not?" Because I've been talking to you for 7 days. I don't know what the hell. Like, when did that happen?
Oh,
and I
my
think
God.
so much of that, she just is kind of like, he is always going to be this way. Me being mad is going to get me nowhere. So I'm just going to talk to him. And that's how we made it. Because we just have conversations. We can go there. But I'm not like, I'm like, so I said what to you? She's like, you said this and you said this. And I'm like, don't recall. Sounds like me. So I'm going to apologize, because it does sound like something that I may have said.
And I don't want to prolong this point, but I think it's also important that we understand a lot of our problematic faves are also internalizing their own shit, and it's coming out. So it's also the balance of like giving people room to unlearn the bull that they have been socialized to believe, and also checking them on. It bothers me when people have a platform and they repeat this, because it makes it worse, and now you're amplifying your internalized bullshit. So it's balancing that. Like, a lot of this is internalized shit that you believe because you were trained to believe this. So I have to give you room to unlearn that. I also have to call you out on it so that other people who you're talking to don't think that this is okay and internalize it from you.
Yes, wholeheartedly agree. So we were on that for a minute, and I don't know how we got to Kelly. We were supposed to be talking about Jilly from Philly, and
right.
But that was good though.
It was good. Welcome to Unpacking Culture for those who are new. Welcome. So I'm gonna loop this back around and ask y'all, aside from the problematic hotep shit that has been said by our problematic aunties and all of that, what is your favorite song or moment from the battle or the verses that happened tonight? Favorite song or favorite moment?
I would have to say for me, it was 2 moments from Jill, of course. When she played Rolling Hills, I literally slid on the floor.
Ooh.
Like, I literally slid on the floor, and I was just like, so that's my wake and bake, like Rolling Hills. Like, it's just a very just chill song I can vibe to. I don't have to, right? It's like I don't have to do anything. I can just and then when she starts scatting on that, well, like that part drives me fucking crazy. The next part where I actually started crying in here, and I had literally, I was drunk. I had real tears coming down. Was that song? What's that song? Tip Jare Mifu Costi. That
Oh,
yeah. That one. I was just like, that song for me. I was in a very bad place in my life when that album came out. And I remember the album Woman, and I remember that song. I remember laying on my apartment floor crying because I was depressed, going through some stuff, and that song was playing in the background. So every time I hear that song, it reminds me of that moment. And I was just like, oh my God, why is she playing this? But it's I couldn't stop watching. I was like, I had to like stop tweeting for a minute and like go gather myself and come back because I was like, okay, you've got to pull yourself together. Like this is like, you can't do this. Like this is Saturday night. Like chill out.
Okay, heard. Anybody else? Favorite song, favorite moment?
So I had a few favorite moments from Jill, of course. My moments where I cried, honestly, if we're being very, very frank here, every time Jill Scott wanted to cry and didn't, I cried. So that's what happened there. But whenever you're around, she started tearing up when that song started playing. And every emotion that I've ever felt pertaining to that song, I could see it in her face while the song was playing. And it was just like, you really sat down with your Cartier pen like Drake, and you really wrote through your emotions and your feelings about whatever guy you were dealing with at the time. And it really resonated across the world with so many different women, men too, that can identify with feeling lonely when they have a partner that isn't emotionally available to them.
Yes.
So that was a lot for me. Ooh. And then Crown Royal is just one of those songs that makes you feel like you own the bedroom. It makes you feel like you are owning the moment, and it makes you feel grown and sexy. And anybody that knows that song from Jill Scott's discography is 100% a G in my book, because that is, she said it, that's some of the nastiest, most beautiful stuff she's ever written. So those are my moments.
Yes, I feel you completely on both of those. And I like that when whenever You're Around ended, she came back and she said, I remember how I felt when I walked out the booth after recording that song. That song is a space. Like, and to go from that to the other favorite moment that you said, Crown Royal, when you really sit with those lyrics of that song, you're like, damn, Jill, how did you make such nastiness sound so beautiful? Diesel engine
got me squirting.
All right.
A bit talking about smelling different. Diesel engine oil. Okay, sis.
And it's
quarantine, ladies. Come on, be in quarantine.
My actual favorite moment was Jill playing Tyrone when Erykah got disconnected. And she went into a space. Like, she went in, I went in. I just assumed everybody went in at the same time. And it's like, she did that. She's not here, but this is my shit, so I'm going in anyway.
Right.
And this is for you. This is for us. This is for we. And I just felt like at that moment, that was, she stepped in and she tapped in. She had never tapped out. So the disconnect really did nothing. You know, it was very auntie. She was like, when she saw her free, she was like, oh.
She did tap out for a slight second.
Okay, I had to take a screenshot.
When it was either that when that wine hit her.
For later. Which I love to catch those.
Lord have mercy.
That was my favorite moment too, because I think it summed up the night. It was about sisterhood. Like, Jill could have very well gone to her song and talked through her discography or some of her favorites in that moment, while she waited for Erykah to come back. But she didn't. She saw her sister fall off and she kept it right up, and she played Erykah's and she fangirled over it, and she took us all into that moment that Erykah wanted us to have. And that was what the night was about to me. It was about sisterhood and support.
Yeah.
And I think that's how I would summarize it. Like, this was sisterhood on display. You know what I mean? That's probably why I tweeted this. That's why they want Outside to open so fast, because they see this unity. We're coming together, and that's always a problem. It's a problem. Yeah. It's too many of them, and they are all vibing. And this is, and I probably shouldn't appreciate this, but I do. I love the fact that we could just connect in this way. And sometimes they do. They feel it. Sometimes, at least, they think they feel it. But I just know that I love to see that. And I found myself wondering, like, what battle they were at tonight.
Alex, don't do this tonight. Not tonight. I'm gonna move it. Are you done? Because I want to go over one of my favorite moments.
Sure, I'm done.
Because I'm not doing this. We're not doing that tonight. Okay.
I was ready to go with you, Alex.
I saw you gearing up, kid. That's why I was like, no.
Because you know that I
let's watch this right now.
Like,
no, we're not doing
I was like, if it was Garth Brooks, I might have to watch that one on replay.
I'm done. And I'm done.
Garth and Billy Ray Cyrus going back to back, head to head.
Well, never mind. I'm not doing this. Y'all are not going to suck me into this with you. No. Bianca, you with me? We're not doing this. Thank you.
We're not.
Thank you, Kevrick. No.
Alex.
So Bianca took a couple of my favorite moments. All of y'all have listed some of my favorite moments. My other favorite moment was when Jill played "You Love Me" live version.
Oh yeah.
What?
Woo! I literally posted that GIF of the because that is, and then she was just vibing with. I was just like, "You Love Me" is a special song, but when Jill does that live, and then she was hitting all the notes at the end, I said, that's it right there.
I love when she scats that song live.
Yes, it just is a mood. So I think that and the couple of moments when Erykah said, "Let that play out. Let's just sit in that."
Yes.
Whatever that is, let's sit in that and let that play out. She did that on the last song that they played, kind of in tribute to Andre. She did that on another one. I don't remember what the other one was. I can go through my tweets and look. But there were 2 or 3 songs that Erykah was like, let that ride out. Sit in that for a minute. I was like, we vibing, sis. I appreciate that because I was thinking.
There was one song that Erykah let the whole thing ride, and I was just singing along. I didn't even realize. Oh, "Love of My Life," and I was like,
yeah.
I didn't even realize she played the whole thing because I sang the whole thing. I'm like, wait, did she just she
rapping all? Yeah.
I have a question. Jill Scott, I love you. Is she still with the person who she wrote that song about? I don't know her personal life like that. But
I think she recently got divorced or something, right?
She got divorced a couple years ago.
Okay, so that makes me wonder, like, how, because y'all talk about her live performance. What must it be to sing a song to give people this emotions about a person who you wrote the song about and you're not even with them anymore?
Listen, I always said I want to find the man that made Anita Baker sing all them songs. I need to know who he is. Who's this man?
Listen.
So I understand. I want to know. I want to meet these people. Like, what did y'all do? What is wrong with y'all? Like, are y'all horrible people?
Free love, Kevrick.
Like, we might fight. Like, y'all made these people feel this way. Like, you're wrong for this. I'm gonna help you back up after we fight. But like, you need your ass whooped. Like, you don't make people feel that way because that's wrong.
Y'all, imagine your life being some BS because you have to put this song out. Like, you have to experience this BS because this song has to exist. That is some wild shit.
It's deep.
That's
and
a
then
lot of music too, though.
Imagine not really wanting to do it, but your fans demanding it.
And it blows up.
And regularly. I mean, I feel like I think about Mary J. Blige all the time when we all sing her songs all the time, and they're all about pain. It's just like, damn.
The sad part
really
was the moment she was getting divorced, everybody was like, yo, this next album fitting to be hit.
And it was fire.
It was fire.
What else they said about
Adele? I'm a Mary J. Blige fan. I love the Happy album too. So
that man just took out her money and
Mary anyway because
she about to sing.
I just connect, but you know.
Who took Adele's money?
That man didn't he take like half her money?
Oh yeah,
he did. He took a nice little penny.
So she got that new body and like she about to come with it. And she recording.
He's gonna be on
with
tour for 2 years. Watch.
We should have a moment of silence for that because that was just.
Oh my God!
It's just a
Look,
And
this is
nothing
why I
stops
believe
Shannon
in
getting the baby
sexual-
and the money and bouncing. Nothing stops that. That as a move.
Ladies, get your prenups. Protect your shit.
Listen, but everybody get your prenups. Protect.
No,
your
seriously.
Like
I say everybody, but it's also widely known. I really don't believe in support. So if it should happen, I truly believe because Tiff will be my witness. I done said I will make sure that if it comes down to child support, your family is crazy. They have a history of mental illness. Unfit, the child comes with me. That's just it. And then spouses.
Oh my God.
It's just not gonna happen. It's just not. So we just shouldn't. We just shouldn't. Because what does this man need from Adele? Like, how is he? What does he see?
He became accustomed to a lifestyle.
And that's what they always say.
Why does the government need to be all up in your relationship?
Here's the thing. If I am not working or I'm not working to my ability because I am helping to sustain our household, then when you leave me, I deserve something for the sacrifice I made for the lifestyle that we decided was going to work. If it's me staying at home, then this is years I've been out of the workforce.
But
So,
you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Like you wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
No,
like,
I wasn't. But I was making.
No.
But I was at home making sure you had food after you came home from shooting.
I can eat out. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Like
I'm gonna gracefully bow out because of my stance is firm. It won't be changed. It's been the same forever. You are inadequate.
You get whatever you came in here with. Like
I'm done.
And
listen, you get what you came in with.
So I have a question. Outside of all of that, was there any moments or anything outside of the music of the night that you appreciated? So like for me, I appreciated those little tidbits of life that were inserted in between the song choices and the talking and the sisterhood and all of that. Yes. At one point, Jill said, as creatives, it's hard. And people think, sometimes it's easy, but it's a lot that goes into letting your creative juices flow and sharing that and being willing to be open and vulnerable. And then she said, but if you are a writer, if you can't do anything else during this time, write. You should be writing all the time. And she kind of challenged everyone and said, at this point, you're holding on to stuff that doesn't even belong to you anymore. And I thought that was I was just like, whew, now that'll preach. So were there any moments like that outside of the music part that just kind of was like, I like that. That was good. That was a good moment.
Jill had a couple of mini sermons like that. Like the writing one was one that stuck with me, and also the opportunity when she talked about writing that first song and she had never done it, but Questlove called her and she said, yeah, I can do that. And having the courage to say yes, even when you haven't done it before, and then doing the work to do what you said you could do and doing it well, like with excellence. Never say no to an opportunity. Always take the opportunity and do what it takes to be successful in that opportunity.
Yes, leave no stone unturned. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Amen. Did any of y'all have any other moments?
I think the biggest one for me, and I think I tweeted it, when she said, we all dealing with the same shit, just in a different way. Like I say that like, not those exact words, but I say something similar to that to some people, a lot of people sometimes. And it's just like, we could all this could all be so simple, but like we don't talk enough as far as what we're really going through. And we're all going through the same thing, especially like everybody who's we're all in the same generation. We're all dealing with the same type of shit. And it's like, if we would talk, when I talk to my friends about what I'm going through, that's when I make it out of it. But like, when I don't talk about what I'm going through, I'm in hell. And I'm just like, we need to share this more, what we really going through. And it's just like, either somebody has already been through it, or either somebody's getting ready to go through it, and it's just like we can all help each other, but everybody's so, hush hush and secretive about like, what we're really going through. So that was a big one for me.
Interesting.
Mine was when Erykah said, "I have no concept of time. I don't know what that is." Woo! That was the gym.
And did you see somebody posted the gif of Lauryn Hill with it? They were like, "Wait, what? Oh, okay."
I saw one too where they had Michael Jackson looking at his laptop like, "Oh, really?" Yeah, I think.
So y'all are okay with Erykah not having a concept of time, but when Lauren doesn't have a concept of a time, it's a problem.
She abuses it. She abuses it.
She doesn't show up.
Right. Yeah. Erykah doesn't have a concept, but she shows up. She's usually on time.
And she doesn't have a concept because she's usually just high and says, "Oh,
right.
I'm supposed to be where?
I'm 10 minutes late. Let me get on
8 o'clock in Dallas, Texas right now."
I love again that they started in their truth. And when Erykah said, "Well, I'm not gonna speak between every song because it stops the vibe," and Jill took her wine glass and said, "I am." I was like,
that part.
Well, when Erykah was like, I ain't gonna say shit. I ain't gonna say shit.
Look, Jill said, "I came here to talk to my people tonight. You're not
right.
Bully me and I share my perspective." And that was just that. Erykah was that, and Jill was that, and I'm like, I love that because sometimes people are influenced and they just like, okay, well, I guess Erykah. No, Jill was like, I am. I love that.
I appreciated the honest moment that they had too, where it was, at least for me, it was clear that Jill had been feeling a way about the events of this past week and everything that had been going on in communities and the shooting of more Black men. And she was feeling a way about it. And Erykah gently said, "I'm not frustrated, and here's why. And here are my tools to get out of that space when I find myself in that space." And then they just ever so gently moved on. So I like that Jill was able to express her frustration, not in an angry way or it didn't detract from the occurrence of the evening, and without inserting shame or anything else, Erykah covered her and was like, "I've been there. Here's how and it was just a very smooth movement of communication that, for me, I could tell that y'all are not new to this. Y'all are true to this. You're friends for real, because you can have that easy conversation that didn't take away from what was going on. And you still were able to kind of insert a tip or a lesson with everything that's going on in the communities and in the Black community right now. It was a very honest moment that I appreciated. I don't know how anybody else felt about it.
No, I see that.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So how did everyone feel about kind of how it ended? The moment of, when Jill said, "Oh, I just got a message. Andre really wanted to hear Cross My Mind." And they just kind of let that ride out.
I was just thinking about you and wondering what you're doing and what you've been up to.
Yes.
Y'all, I was done.
Completely.
It was.
I think it was definitely. I appreciate homage at any time, and so I really feel like he would have been there. And that moment of honor, there's just that. I appreciated it. I did.
Heard and agreed.
The fact that it was two greats, like within like the same 24 hours, like it's crazy.
Yeah. I agree. And I think that made me appreciate even more that some of the names that they did call out during the entire 3 hours that they were on there, a lot of those folks were still alive. And I don't know if that was intentional on their part or if it just was kind of a honest moment of let's give all of these folks recognition and flowers and everything while they're still here. And they just were calling names, and I appreciated that as well. In the wake of losing Little Richard, losing Andre, who I rough week overall.
Can I say this though? I think I had a feeling probably when they just started calling names of people, of musicians, and I had a feeling like during that time, like if these musicians could see, like some of the greats that have gone on, could see what these Black women have become and how they connect with people, how they connect with culture, and the abilities that they have to reach people. Like when we think of some of the greats that we know and just the platforms that they had to perform, we knew them because they performed in our small platforms and speakeasies and juke joints and just these really, really small community. They traveled and went to communities, and that's how people heard of them. And they for them to kind of like put this work in, I'll get chills thinking about it now. And I'm like, if they could just see the byproduct of what these people have become, Jill and Erykah are some of the best examples of that we could pull. I'm grateful that we all were able to experience that, because so many times we're not able to have moments like that. Mm-hmm. So I had a moment like while it was going on and they're calling the names of the greats. I'm like, what if they could see? What if they could see? Just a feeling.
Amen and amen. Anyone have final thoughts? We'll go around. Kia, we can start with you. What are your final thoughts on the show, the queens, the battle, so to speak, even though it wasn't necessarily a battle? What are your final thoughts?
I'm grateful. I'm grateful that we're memorializing these moments and these people and their art in history in this way. I feel like we are going through a season where we're losing so many people so quickly and so many like curators and creators of culture. And I remember when Prince passed away, my biggest regret is I'd never seen Prince in concert, and he was supposed to be in Atlanta not right before he passed away. And I think his last show was in Atlanta. And that was the moment I said, I'm never going to miss anyone else again. Like if they come, I will see them. So I'm really grateful to have these Instagram moments, to be able to experience culture in community. And just so that we know, so we're naming the legacy that these artists are leaving.
Amen. Bianca, what are your final thoughts?
I'm elated. Kia just brought up a great point, experiencing culture and community. I love our Twitter moments when we watch award shows or whatever else we're watching on TV, and we come together and we have these shared experiences of memories and also sharing stories that come along with the songs or the movie or whatever it is that we're doing. I think that this was a great reminder to those creatives that are working in the entertainment industry that, gimmicks are cool. I mean, they're hot right now, but 20 years from now, your lyrics can still touch lives. Like if you remain true to the pen, if you remain true to who you are and telling your stories. So I really appreciate that moment of authenticity. I really appreciate that these were two brown women affirming each other, loving on each other, and showing that love to the world, which means so much to me as a Black woman. And I was just excited that this moment even happened. To Alex's point, a few months down the line or a few years, we may not have had this opportunity. So I'm extremely grateful that they came together.
Yeah.
Heard and amen. Kev.
Just everything they said and just more. It's just I just want this energy to keep going in our community. Like I want us to like keep coming together because I feel like something else is on the horizon, and it's just like all this is happening for a reason, and we need to keep sticking together. This battle tonight, it was needed. It was definitely needed after a rough week we had, and it's just like I just really want the community to keep this going, keep doing things like this. Like even when we're out of quarantine, like keep this going. We need to do this like monthly or some other cadence that works for everybody. But we had literally like almost like, or at least over like I think 700,000 people watching tonight. Like that's crazy.
Yeah,
like watching just two people. Like it's crazy, and it's like if we can come together and watch that and do that, like what else can we do? Like we are so powerful. We are so powerful. We just need to keep the stage and the incense burning, and just keep Jill and Erykah playing in the background, and we can get through this.
I think to sum it up, I think I agree with all of you. I think Bianca, I was literally you took words like right out of my mouth. Like stay true to yourself. Don't get caught up on how to get numbers and how to get this and how to get that. The work comes when you put in the work. Like you get people will stick to and cling to substance. And so we need to continue to create that. We need to affirm that. If you work with artists, if you are influencing artists and you're steering them in a way away from something substantive, you really, really need to steer them back towards substance, because that's what lasts. That's what people remember. These moments, that's what people remember. If you key it to what the point you made, when this is over, whenever it ends, and you have the opportunity to see somebody that you want to see, go see them. Support substance. That is so important that you go and show up. And I mean, before I left Atlanta, I was like going to a concert every month. Whoever's coming, I'm going to see it. I'm showing up, because Atlanta, when you have access like that, if you live in a city where there's access and you're at the bar every week, one week, go to a concert, do something different, and you can position yourself to fall in love with something that you may not even know that you couldn't fall in love with. I think that I would love to see this continue. I would love to see this grow. I would love to see collaborations birthed from this. And my hope and desire for the younger artists is that they pay attention to not just the artists that they were fans of, but artists that are true artists, people that have paved the way for them in so many ways, people that have just really put in blood, sweat, and tears for them. Look at them, examine their work, their catalog, and even their habits, because you'll find the following. It's hard to obtain a Erykah Badu following. It's hard to obtain a Jill Scott following. These new names come a dime a dozen, and I see them come up. Maybe I know I've heard it. Maybe I heard the little bop. It was nice for the moment. It's not lasting. It's not going to be here. It's not going to be something somebody references. And I just think that working together is going to be key for us to continue to build unity within our community, and that's exactly what we need. So I'm happy that we were able to experience that. If we are so able to experience another one, if the rumor is true, and Chris
We
Lover and and Chris Lover and Cornell are coming together, then we will be back to do this again because it's so necessary.
Agreed. So it has been lovely. Thank y'all so much for joining the show and the panel tonight. Thanks for hanging in there with us. I know it was a long night. So thanks y'all.
We didn't go as long as they did, so
we did not. We did not. We went as long as we thought they were going to go. Yeah, that part. Kia, how do folks stay in touch with you?
I am Kia Speaks on all social media, and KiaSpeaksAlso.com is the website.
Awesome. And Bianca?
I am Lovely Melody on Instagram and Twitter, and Bianca Dene on Facebook.
Thank you. And Kev?
I am Kev Lou on Instagram. Don't forget the underscores in between the Kev and the Lou. And Kev Lou 6 on Twitter.
Awesome. And Alex?
Alex, I'm muted everywhere.
I'm Tiff Lanelle everywhere, including .com. Thank y'all for watching Unpacking Culture. And hit us up. We still want to hear your comments, read your comments, all of that. Use the hashtag UCVerzuz, VERZUZ. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tweeting with us for those of you who did. And thank you to our guests and panelists. We will see you on the next Unpacking Culture, where we will unpack some more culture. That's it, y'all. I'm sure your wine is kicking in. So y'all have a good night. Adios.